measles outbreak in Texas gets worse. How it's now affecting 2 Texas universities.
UNT students dealing with campus construction. What you need to know to stay safe.
The UNT women's dive team takes a big step forward as they prepare for nationals. We've got the highlights.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Aaron Erie.
And I'm Lucy Ritchie. A deadly illness that was thought to be practically erased is now back and growing. 8 states have reported cases of measles, but the bulk of cases have been here in Texas, with almost 100 cases reported since late January. Our reporter Cynthia Mendoza has more on how measles have been affecting West Texas schools.
Thanks, Lucy. The largest measles outbreaks in years continues to get worse in Texas. Health officials are now warning 2 universities about potential problems. A man traveling through the area tested positive for the measles. Texas State in San Marcos and UT San Antonio were amongst the locations that may have been contaminated. The man lives in Gainesville, which is now the epidemic of measles outbreaks in West Texas. Those who are not vaccinated have a greater risk of infection. Here are some steps you should take if you have been exposed. Contact your health provider, monitor your symptoms such as rash, fever for 4 to 21 days. Some other possible symptoms include fever, runny nose, white spots inside your mouth. If you have any worries about your health or those around you, contact your primary care physician. That's all for me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Cynthia. There's another health scare happening nationwide thanks to a tainted line of health foods. The FDA says a listeria outbreak has been linked to frozen protein shakes that were sold under the brand names Cisco Imperial and Lions Ready Care. At least 11 people have died and dozens more have gotten sick. These shakes were available at places like hospitals and long-term care facilities in several states. This outbreak may have begun as far back as 2018. Listeria symptoms can include fever, muscle aches, and fatigue, and anyone who has these symptoms should get medical care immediately.
Pope Francis, who has served as the head of the Catholic Church since 2013, has experienced health issues in the past. However, his current health condition regarding signs of kidney failure remains under close observation, and his daily activities are being adjusted accordingly. The Vatican has requested prayers for the Pope as he continues to lead the Church with strength and faith during this time. Further updates on the condition are expected, and the faithful worldwide are holding on to hope for his speedy recovery. ntTV will continue to closely follow this developing story. Tune in tomorrow at noon for updates.
Well, Lucy, I'm very grateful for the weather that we had over this weekend. This winter has been a little brutal.
I agree, Aaron, and it looks like things are going to get even better over the next week.
Well, I'm all in for that. Let's toss it over to our weather anchor, Isabel Price, to see what it's going to look like. Izzy?
Yeah, you guys, the weather has definitely picked up since last week. Definitely not as cold, more warmth, and let's talk about it. So, it's currently 66. It feels like 63 with 8 miles an hour wind. Let's check in on tonight's conditions. It's going to be 54 is what it's going to feel like, with a low of 50 and 12 miles an hour wind. And then tomorrow, there will be some fog in the morning, like there was today if you're out there for your early morning classes, but that should taper off around 10 a.m. 70 is what it's going to be. 71 is what it's going to feel like with 10 miles an hour wind. I think tomorrow is a great day to get active and go walk around, but I'll talk about more of that later. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Izzy. Well, if you notice smoke in the sky today, there's no need to worry. Our reporter, Micah Talley, has more of an explanation. Micah?
Thanks, Aaron. Today at the Clear Creek Natural Heritage Center, which is about 20 minutes from campus, the Denton Fire Department conducted prescribed burns. The controlled burns are intended to clear dead vegetation and revive soil with nutrients for wildflowers and grass. Today the burns were conducted at Clear Creek Natural Heritage Center, and tomorrow they will be conducted in North Lakes Park. The department only does a few of these controlled burns each year based on the weather. This allows for lovely wildflowers and vegetation to bloom, which you can go see in about 2 months. The burns tomorrow will start around noon, leaving some trails potentially blocked, but the parks will remain open. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Micah. There are only a few hours left until the Trump administration sends its Justify Your Job email to all federal workers. Many agencies urge their employees to ignore the email, but Elon Musk says that a no reply is the same as a resignation. CNN's Laura Aguirre has the latest.
It's just chaos.
This Seattle-based TSA agent is speaking out anonymously, fearing reprisals, one of hundreds of thousands of federal employees who received this email from the Office of Personnel Management demanding that they reply with 5 job accomplishments from the past week by midnight. Or, as Elon Musk posted on X soon after, failure to respond would be considered a resignation.
And you're not going to get unemployment, because if it's a resignation, then you can't apply for unemployment.
The Saturday email sparked confusion through several chains of command, leaders at multiple federal agencies directing their staffers not to reply, pending further guidance, hinting of a potential authority rift between newly confirmed agency chiefs and Musk. President Donald Trump weighing in today during an Oval Office sit-down with the French president.
If you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired, because a lot of people are not answering because they don't even exist.
This is a violation of labor contracts, labor law.
A group of federal unions filed an updated legal challenge in California Sunday to include the OPM email's demand, in addition to their previous filings related to the mass firing of workers. A hearing on that temporary restraining order is set for Thursday. The Transportation Department did order its employees to respond by OPM's deadline, including the FAA's air traffic controllers, many who, union leaders say, are working mandatory overtime 6 days a week. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
The Department of Agriculture told its workers that they are not required to respond to the email, saying a response is voluntary.
Musk's cuts are already affecting federal offices all across the United States, including our national parks. Over the weekend, people protested at Yosemite National Park in wake of 1,000 national park workers being laid off. These layoffs are part of an estimated 200,000 federal workers being laid off as part of President Trump's overhaul of the federal government. The park workers do not intend to face these cuts lying down, however. As part of the protest, they flew the American flag upside down off one of the park's premier features, the Summit El Capitan. Former Yosemite employee Andrea Townsend believes this is a step towards privatizing public land. Trump has not made a comment on the cuts, however, he did post a meme appearing to mock federal employees affected by these cuts. Lucy, coming up, a parking garage at UNT is closing soon, and we'll show you what that means for you.
Aaron, and a block party here on campus is celebrating the end of Black History Month. We'll take you there after the break.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DatQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DatQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card.
Was ice
Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DatQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DatQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
UNT is one of the 3 biggest university systems in Texas, and it takes a lot of money to run this kind of operation. As a state school, we rely on state funding from the legislature in Austin. Tomorrow, UNT President Dr. Harrison Keller, along with dozens of UNT faculty, students, and alumni, will head to Austin to meet with lawmakers. It's called UNT Capitol Day. It's our chance to showcase all the UNT and great Mean Green family has achieved and continues to create and develop. ntTV will be on hand bringing you reports throughout the day on social media, and at noon we'll be live from the state capitol. Then join us at 6 tomorrow for a full report, plus more through the rest of the week as we bring you updates on this important event for UNT.
More construction is coming to campus, and these closures may affect where you can park. Our live reporter Alana Woodard has an update on an upcoming closure.
Thank you, guys. Starting in May, the Union Circle street right here will be closed until November 2025. This will affect everybody who parks here at the Union Circle garage. UNT Transportation Services plan to give UCG permit holders access to the Highland Street garage. This garage right here holds nearly 500 cars, and on our campus, that kind of parking means a lot. People who usually park here will be allowed to park at the Highland through the fall. That's when construction and road updates around the Union Circle should be finished. The one advantage to this schedule is that most of the construction is during the summer when fewer people are on campus. But as with all construction, pack your patience. This will be a challenge. Back to you guys at the station.
Thanks, Alana. The ongoing construction, whether it's parking garage construction and road closures or simply filling in all the potholes, is creating some real issues here on campus. Tonight, ntTV's London Stewart has more in tonight's Eye of the Eagle. London?
That's right, Aaron. Getting around on campus has become a challenge, no question. But there is another issue that has developed: student safety. ntTV's Adriana Rivera headed over to the UNT Transportation Department to find out what is being done to help the situation.
Traffic congestion and safety concerns are a daily challenge for students and faculty at the University of North Texas. With heavy pedestrian activity, busy intersections, and limited parking, getting around campus isn't always easy. But what steps are being taken to improve safety? I spoke with Margarita Venegas to learn more about the issue.
So one of the things that we try and tell students all the time is be aware. And that's true if you're a pedestrian, a bicyclist, on your scooter, in your vehicle, or if you're just hanging out. Awareness is key. And that's something that can be hard to do. It seems easy, but if you've got, your earbuds in or you're on your phone, and any little one thing that distracts you for a second can make you unaware of what's going on around you. A car coming at you, another person walking towards you, you in a car, and all of a sudden a pedestrian comes out in front of you. So awareness is key. That is something we try to promote across all of our channels and through all of our departments, is how to remain aware so that you're protecting your own safety as much as you can.
Parking struggles, crowded crosswalks, and heavy traffic continue to frustrate students. While some improvements have been made, many believe more can be done to enhance safety and accessibility. For now, staying aware of surroundings and following safety guidelines may be the most important way students can protect themselves.
Aaron and Lucy, for now, we all need to be mindful of what is going on around us. Construction and road work will be with us for the rest of the year, so be aware of new traffic patterns, closures, and other potential obstacles. But in the end, it will all make the campus environment a better place for all of us. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Lunton. All this talk about traffic definitely makes me want to plan accordingly for the rest of my week.
Whatever do you mean, Lucy?
Well, where to drive and definitely what to wear because this Texas weather is always throwing us curveballs.
Well, luckily for us, we have the perfect source for your outfit decisions. Isabel Price has the inside look at this week's forecast. Izzy?
Yeah, you guys, so as I had touched on earlier, the weather is a lot better and a lot warmer than we've seen. Let's take a look at our state map currently. We're going to see 66 back here at home in Denton, 71 in Gainesville, 66 in Sherman, 66 in Decatur, 68 down in Fort Worth. So it's pretty middle of the range temperatures that we're seeing, nothing too crazy. Let's look at the next map that we have here. 70 in Oklahoma City, 66, like I said, in Denton, 61 in Shreveport, and then over in El Paso, it's 72. So it's pretty middle of the range weather, very nice, very warm. Definitely not as cold as we saw last week. Kicking it over to our 7-day forecast. It's going to be pretty partly cloudy for the rest of the weeks. 74 all around. Oh. Nothing too crazy that we've seen going on here, you guys. I don't know why my 7-day forecast map just went away, but it'll be all right. Oh, there we go. As I was saying, high of 74, low of 50. Tomorrow will be a high of 67 and a low of 43. And again on Friday, high of 67, low of 41. Saturday and Sunday are definitely going to be the days that you want to go out and do something. Go walk around the square. Go take a look at what we're doing over in the Union. And then going into next week, 66 on Monday with a low of 52. And then Tuesday will be our cloudiest day with a high of 74 and a low of 55. But that's all I have for you guys today with weather, and I'll send it over to you guys back at the desk.
Thanks, Izzy. So, Aaron, I love a good party.
Well, you're in luck because there's a block party going on, and our Kendall Keaton has the scoop on how we can get involved.
That's right, Aaron. February is Black History Month, and tonight the BSU and UPC are bringing the celebration to life with a high-energy block party right here at the Union. As I stated earlier, the energy in here is incredible as students come together to celebrate Black history, art, and culture. The block party is all about honoring the influence of Black musicians, dancers, and artists from the past and present who have left a lasting impact on the world. And of course, what's a celebration without amazing food, right? Tonight they are serving up mac and cheese, brisket, chicken, cornbread, and desserts, and more. Plus, there's a live DJ keeping the vibes going and a photo booth where people are capturing the moment with their friends. I'll be here soaking up the fun and eating some food, but for now, back to you guys at the desk.
That looks pretty tasty, Kendall. Up next, Apple is spending billions here in the U.S., and we'll tell you what that means for the Lone Star State.
And a month after the California wildfires, we'll show you how a baseball league is trying to rebuild a community.
Look up here. 1, 2, 3. Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have two traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
One of the world's biggest tech companies is about to spend big bucks here in the U.S. as it tries to navigate changes in Washington. Apple announced today it's planning to spend $500 billion domestically over the next 4 years. It's a big change for the company, which manufactures most of its iPhones in China. Apple's big investment will include a server manufacturing facility in Houston. The company says this move will create 20,000 jobs nationwide.
Some bright news, you can once again hear the crack of the bat in Altadena, California, as the local Little League hosted its first game since the destructive wildfires struck California. Take a look.
The Davis family was among the 27 who were hit so hard. Mom Jessica tells us her boys lost all their baseball gear, but this league stepped up to support them.
Pretty early on, the league let us know that they had gathered everything they needed for the boys to play this year. So they have full backpacks with bats and gloves, helmets, absolutely everything they need. Little treats were even in there too.
Also here, tables of used equipment. All those other kids who are still displaced from their homes and can't get to their equipment can just grab some today to use.
We all know that everyone has suffered some losses throughout these few past weeks. So we thought to bring them out so people can take some goods that they need.
After the fire, this field was a mess. You'd never know it now, but there were fallen trees, there was smoke and wind damage. An impressive force of league families, volunteers, and donors tackled all that, and Smart and Final restocked their snack stand. These families who've been through so much tell us it feels really good today to see the game go on.
A lot of these kids, they've been playing together since T-ball, and for a while when the fires first started and the schools closed, it's like a lot of these kids didn't have contact with their buddies, and one of the first things we did was try to get practice together and try to get these kids playing together and start the healing process a bit.
What are you looking forward to the most here today?
Being with my friends.
East on me! East on three! 1, 2, 3, east!
Saturday's opening day is a nice reminder of how baseball can bring communities together in tough times. But the Little Leagues better make some room for the big leagues. Some exciting events are coming up in the sports world.
That's right. Let's toss it over to our sports anchor, Seth Wickman, so he can dive into this week's sports updates.
Last weekend, and I'll have an inside look and more. Stick around.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
The North Texas women's swim and dive team competed in the conference championship this weekend. Take a look at what I got. The UNT women's swim and dive team traveled to Dallas on Saturday to compete in the American Athletic Conference Championship.
This is a really tough conference that we're in, and so our girls really rose to the occasion. Watching Shayna and Indra, share that podium, getting second and third in the 100 free, that was awesome. Kaylee Turner throwing down in that 200 fly. I mean, today was a really strong day for us.
The team ended the 4-day meet with a total of 9 medals, which included a gold medal from the team diving event. UNT also had diver Cameron Wong win Conference Award Most Outstanding Diver.
really exciting. I love my team, and I couldn't have done it without their support. My season as a whole was really good. I've hit a couple PRs and set some school records for UNT, so that's really exciting to do.
The Mean Green ended up placing 5th in the meet, wrapping up their first championship appearance in the American Athletic Conference.
Now the team is preparing for Nationals, which will start on March 14th in Florida. And the Dallas Mavericks traveled to San Francisco last night to take on the Golden State Warriors. Dallas ended up having an off night, only racking up 102 points compared to Golden State's 126. Kyrie Irving and PJ Washington led the team in points, scoring 17 each, while Steph Curry had a night for the Warriors, along with Jimmy Butler, who put up 18 points and 5 assists. The Mavericks play again tomorrow in LA at 9 p.m., which will be the first time Luka Doncic faces off the team who shockingly traded him away. But at least one team in Dallas won last night. The Dallas Stars went to New York to take on the Islanders, who stood no chance. The Stars got a statement win, putting the puck in the net 4 times, once by center Sam Steele, and a dominant 3-goal performance by Jason Robertson. This improved the Stars' record to 37-18-2, which holds them at 2nd place in the Western Conference. The Stars travel to Columbus tomorrow to take on the Blue Jackets. That's all I got for sports. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Seth. The Stars have some great teamwork, but it's nothing compared to a dynamic duo in Colorado. A woman named Ivy Sabini Kajewski has a new friend for life thanks to social media. Back in 2022, she was very sick and went online to find a kidney donor. A total stranger named Katie Herman responded and changed Ivy's life. The transplant was successful, and Ivy is now back to playing sports and lifting weights again. These two women now have a bond that can never be broken.
Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.